mighty Alabama Crimson Tide fell to Texas A&M on Saturday. Dropped them from 1st to 5th in the rankings. So now Georgia is number 1.
I heard like the hesitation. You're like, Georgia's number 1.
Oh, no, I paused for the applause. So are you buying UGA as finally converting all of that talent into a national championship?
You know, I wanted to sell it first. I really did, because I've seen, been a Dawgs fan my whole life, seen what this team has done. I've been through the Aaron Murray days and the Jake Fromm days, and the Stafford days, and what everybody has brought through, this school. And we always have a great defense. There's no question that the Dawgs always have a great defense. So let's talk about the best they've been in the last few years. 2017, when they lost to Alabama in the title game, absolutely put on a show with Oklahoma in the Rose Bowl. That year, they had the 9th best rushing attack. They weren't even in the top 100 for passing, but they were in 15th, in points per game. So you look at the Dawgs this year, they're not running the ball better than they were, but that's kind of hard to do. I mean, you're talking about Nick Chubb, Sony Michel, DeAndre Swift in your backfield. All these dudes are NFL starters now. Okay, so we can't sit here and harp over that.
Start.
Exactly. Well, he's with the Rams now. Be nice to him. Okay, I know what he... The man won you a Super Bowl. Okay, he didn't win you a Super Bowl, but he had a lot of nice carries. He had a lot of nice carries in that postseason for New England. And y'all got to give him some credit for being that running back for you. Anyways, though, Sony Michel was a great running back. He did so much for the Bulldogs that year. We can't agree on that. Yeah. But, with the Dawgs this year, when you look at the landscape of college football, now that Alabama has went down, and it's not saying that, you can beat them in that exact way, but this feels like one of the weakest years of college football in recent memory. Like, we're not even really hyping up the Heisman that much. We're not really talking about this draft class. We're not talking about these quarterbacks that are going to blow you away. Yeah, there's talent, but if there's any time for Georgia to pounce and actually take control of the situation, it is now, because Kirby Smart's been doing the same damn thing year over year over year, and we know there's a good defense, but what is the offense going to be? And you feel like they're kind of finding, their quarterback situation a bit between Bennett trying to stay healthy, JT Daniels as well. But I got to buy in. I mean, how could you not buy in on Georgia being the best team in the nation at this point? And we know that they like to crack under expectations, but the field is there for you. Right now, as of today on Petty Sports, it's Georgia in the field. I'm not saying it's going to end like that, but I'm going to buy in on the title this year. Absolutely.
No, I'm selling. They still have Kirby behind. Like, he's the X factor here. Every time they do this, they end up falling. And I'm just going to take it a step further. It's not like Alabama had a bad game. Bryce Young still threw for 369 yards and 3 touchdowns. Brian Robinson had another $147 on the ground and 60 yards receiving. Jamison Williams went for 146 and 2 touchdowns. They got outscored. That was an issue of the defense that needs to be tweaked ever so slightly. But what Texas A&M's offense did, I don't think Georgia's offense can do that. And what we will see at the end of the season, doesn't matter how good they are, Georgia can stay undefeated. They're going to play Alabama in the SEC championship, and that's where he will fold under that pressure of looking at Saban across the field.
Yep.
It's really just coaching. It's been multiple years where Georgia has more talent than Alabama.
Better recruiting classes at one point, too, specifically after Kirby came over.
They've been getting everything in there they need, but Kirby is not maximizing it. It's not to say that he hasn't done a good job. He can't get them over the hump.
Yeah.
I mean, it really looks like the only coach that's able to actually take a team that has equal talent over Nick Saban is Dabo.
Yeah.
No one else can outcoach that man. I mean, Urban did it, but Urban is actually happy about Gruden right now because ain't nobody talking about him no more.
Jesus.
Maybe Urban is the one who leaked the emails. Did you ever think about that? That's what happened.
Wow. Who's going to hide the heavy, man? I just put the polo on today. Come on, bro. Jeez.
He's got to be the only man in America happy about this. It's like, yep, fry him. Stop talking about me.
Fire him up.
But yeah, man, I'm just not sold.
Yeah.
UGA is gonna have to show me, and you can't show me in October.
Right.
You're gonna have to show me in January.
Yep. Got to earn the stripes. They haven't earned the stripes the last few years at all. And when you talk about 2017 being such a prime year, I mean, everything was clicking. Jake Fromm had a stellar year. He was one of the best quarterbacks in the country. After that year, they were saying Jake Fromm was potentially going to be the #1 overall pick. Never bought into it. Then he played his sophomore year, and I was like, oh, you want to pull the mock draft up now? Because it was absolutely bad. But, Fromm never played well after 2017. It's been such a journey trying to find really just a quarterback, and if Kirby can put the one-dimensional tendencies behind him once you get to the height of now you're the best team in the nation. Now it's, as a lot of people feel, Georgia in the field. Still think Alabama has a great case, of course, but buying the Bulldogs for a chip, how can you not? It's there for them at this point.
Oh, I'm not.
Yep.
I mean, Bama barely dropped out of the top 4. One of those teams are going to lose, and they're going to play.
I really
Georgia
thought Alabama was going to be like 9 or 10. I was like, oh, 5? Yeah.
But they're only they're 4-2.
Yeah.
They have the same record as Auburn. Why the hell was Auburn ranked?
Right. And see, this is what makes it so hard for me to really be bought in and report on college as hard as we do on the NFL. I'm just being honest. When you're talking about 130 teams in the country, come on now. I mean, 130 could beat one on any given day because 130 never gets the look that one gets. And that's facts.
I mean, that's a bit much, but.
Okay, excuse me. 95.
We can't go that far back. All those teams ain't good.